What's up, guys? Victor here, and today I want to talk about Ascension symptoms and specifically how to deal with them, because anybody who is going through them knows it fucking sucks big time, right? There's no pattern at all. There's 1,000 different ways to become very uncomfortable and triggered by these symptoms of your own awakening. And it could be very maddening because there's extremes now. There's extreme highs, and when you get on this high, you have a different level of perception, and there's a lot of clarity. So you think that things are all figured out now, and you're like set. Then completely randomly, out of the blue, you go from that high cloud you're floating on in the heavens to having the worst moment of your life. And that's more not even what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just like the physical symptoms that are associated with our body becoming like holding more light energy or God energy, however you want to phrase it. Don't worry about how people label it. It doesn't matter. We're just becoming more aware, more conscious, more enlightened, basically, slowly. But it's a physical process. And like, for example, like I didn't sleep very well last night, and I've gone through these symptoms for a long time, probably like I don't know, 6-7 years, and it was way worse in the beginning, I'll say, but it's still pretty bad. It's still random, you know. I had a few years where I was just like exhausted. Like I'm talking like I couldn't get anything done. I was just so fatigued constantly. But anyway, I'll go through periods where I just don't sleep. I've had like literally sleepless nights for no reason at all. Like I'll be in like a nice routine, and then all of a sudden like I just won't be able to fall asleep for no reason. I just feel like energy is just I just feel so amped up out of, you know, like by like that spiritual energy that just kind of amps you up, like the Kundalini energy. And now I'm in a situation where I have a normal night's sleep, and the next night I wake up at like fucking 3:30 in the morning, and I will go to bed at like 10-11 o'clock, so it's like 4.5 hours of sleep. That's not shit. It's not enough to get through my day. I have children. I have 2 kids, one on the way, a wife, businesses. I have like dogs, house to make, you know, a lot of shit going on. Quit freaking me out, honey. I keep thinking someone's coming. Sorry. The door keeps opening. But anyway, now how I've learned to deal with them is just to accept it. Because I used to be so neurotic and anal about my little routine that these things would just drive me crazy. All these little, like, the ups and downs would just drive me nuts. Like, I used to freak out because I'm really into working out, and I know the importance of a good night's sleep. It can have a big effect on your muscle gains and all that kind of stuff. So I used to get really stressed if I didn't sleep my 8 hours, you know. But now I've learned just to not expect it to be normal. These are not normal times. Not to get attached to the highs, and to know when the lows come, that you're going to come out of it, and it's not going to be very long because things happen so quickly and rapidly now. So that's my best piece of advice. Whatever you're experiencing, it's not going to last. However good you're feeling, that's not going to last either. Expect to be on this wild roller coaster until it slows down. Right now, it's still going. And in some ways, it's as intense as ever, especially for people who are just waking up. Some of you guys who are maybe more like me, we've been going through this a long time, have come a long way. It's starting to get a lot better. It's starting to really get good. So if you guys are watching and you're new, know that it does get better, and it can take a while. I do suspect it's going to start taking people less and less time because the energies are so fine and so heightened. There's no, and time, our perception of time is accelerating quite a bit too. It just seems like people are awakening a little bit easier than some of the people. And people before me, I think, had it even way harder. I know people who've been doing this for like 20, 30 years going through this bullshit. You know, I've been like 5 or 6 years. And I already feel like I'm coming out of it quite a bit. Maybe it's just my ability to let go. I don't know. You know, that'd be another piece of advice. Anyone who really thinks they got this shit all figured out, they don't. Go to somebody else, because we're all just observing these changing times that are very dynamic, very, there's so many different ways of looking at it. There's so many different things going on that there's no way to pin this process down into some kind of simple summary that is universally true. Okay, it's very individual. But anyway, if you're experiencing, sleepless nights, or you're just tired all the time, or you're irritable, you're freaking out emotionally, or you get sick, or a rash, you have the sweats, pains in your joints, just the achiness, that's all normal. I've experienced all of it, and I experienced all of it on a day-to-day basis. Right now, I have this fucked up shoulder problem. I've been guided to go to the doctor for. But any of these pains usually are trying to tell you something. So try to look for the message, and once you can figure it out, oftentimes it goes away. But sometimes it's just the process itself doing its thing, and there's nothing to even try to figure it out. So you just have to become very aware of your own path and learn how to discern what is what. But if you can remain adaptable and flexible, you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to be adaptable and flexible. There's no more room for rigidness. And if you try to be rigid in one area, it's gonna be exploited and intensified to a point where you're gonna either sink or swim. Okay? So hang in there, dudes, and just be dynamic, be flexible, be fluid. Don't get attached to anything, and just enjoy the wave, man. Enjoy the fluctuating dynamic energies as they take you from place to place and ultimately are leading you to higher consciousness, a better experience in your life in all ways, more enlightened lovingness is what's trying to come through and is pushing all of our bullshit out of the way. And it's a messy process. Just hang in there, guys. We're all in this together. You're not alone, okay? I love you all. I'm here for you all, and I will be back tomorrow with whatever else seems to inspire me to share, okay? Peace, guys.